Today in the battle arena, we've got Hulk versus Venom. And not just any Hulk or any Venom. No, it's Hulk from the MCU, this big raging monster, taking on Venom from the Insomniac universe. So this big raging monster. In a day where we're going to take a look at their strength, speed, durability, and power to find out who's ultimately coming out on top here. So let's get into it. What's up guys, I'm Daniel and this is DanCo. We do fight breakdowns every week, plus the occasional power ranking video like this one or things like that. So if that seems interesting to you, we'll sit back and enjoy the video. Hit that like button. If you want to, we'll hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Now let's get to it. So starting out, let's take a look at their strength and power. And yet Hulk is crazy strong. That's kinda his whole thing. He's stronger than Thor, even if Thor doesn't really want to admit it. Takes two hands for Thor to just catch one of Hulk's punches, and you can't say the same in reverse. Hulk was regularly sending Thor flying all around, smashing up him and his brother. So yeah, Hulk might not be the most popular guy in the Odinson household. And Thor wasn't the only guy Hulk has sent flying. I mean, just ask Ultron how hard Hulk can hit. Just ask Abomination what it's like to tangle with the Hulk. Hulk regularly fought against the military and smashed up all their equipment, all their trucks and their tanks and weapons and everything. He straight up yeeted Emil Blonsky straight across the yard. Like, holy crap. Hulk will just straight up kill a guy. He's got absolutely no chill. Imagine that with Spider-Man here. Peter is swinging around right in the middle of a Jolly Green Giant joke. Then Hulk just freaking obliterates him, punches him straight into a tree, and breaks every bone in his body. And I mean, just look at the way that Hulk completely decked a big old giant Leviathan. He did that with just one punch. And the thing is, it's actually pretty consistent for Hulk to do stuff like this. I mean, just ask Surtur. Just look at how he's messing around with other Leviathans in the same fight. But man, Venom is definitely strong too. No question about it. And he got stronger and stronger throughout the game as he became more and more unhinged. I mean, starting out, Harry as Agent Venom was able to easily beat Kraven in a fight. Peter in the Venom suit was able to stop an even more powerful Lizard. Then finally, Harry as the true Venom managed to straight up kill Kraven, who had already managed to kill a ton of supervillains already. Then in his fight against the two Spider-Men, well, Venom was always able to overpower them and showed that he was stronger than both of them combined. And these two Spider-Men are plenty powerful on their own. Like Peter's been able to hold up a massive construction tower crane that appears to be up to 100 stories tall, before being knocked off the building by a helicopter. Miles is able to pull two massive sections of a bridge together. And then finally, Spider-Man is even able to swing around and kick water tanks, which those things completely filled can weigh up to 100 tons. And Pete is just casually throwing them around. Yet Venom still managed to overpower both of them throughout the fight. It made it look easy. Still, Hulk is stronger. No question about it. Fighting Thor, overpowering Thor. Remember, Thor can do stuff like this. And then, of course, decking Surtur. All that's definitely more impressive than fighting Spider-Man. Hulk takes the edge. And on top of that, well, Hulk is insanely durable. I mean, sure, he might have had a low showing against Thanos, but I think that's actually just a lot more impressive for Thanos. Shows just how powerful Thanos is, rather than showing just how weak and puny Hulk is. I also think there's an element of bad writing here that kinda skewed our perspective. Like, let's say that Thanos still beat the absolute crap out of the Hulk, still knocked Hulk out exactly like he did. All that still happens. But then Hulk explodes out of Hulkbuster at the end of the movie like he was supposed to, absolutely bodies Cole Obsidian, then fights against Thanos again and does better the second time around. I'm not even saying wins the fight, just does better. Don't you think we'd all give a little more grace to Hulk for losing to Thanos the first time? Instead, we got this. We somehow ended up here, and since this was the last time we really saw Hulk, like actually being the Hulk, left a different impression. Because yeah, like I said, don't let this one thing fool you. Hulk is crazy tough. He's taken a ton of attacks from Thor, taken a ton of attacks from Abomination, he took a ton of attacks from Hulkbuster, acted like none of them really even bothered him that much. Dazed him a little bit, sure, but nowhere close to actually putting him down. I mean, even these attacks from Thor, when he was tapping into his true godhood, like straight up divine power, Hulk was back at it. Hulk technically knocked Thor out in that fight. He fell from miles up in the air and crash landed, was knocked out, but still survived, was rammed through like 50 floors, had a skyscraper crash down on top of him, was only knocked out by a sucker punch. So yeah, I don't think I'm exaggerating here. I want to make sure my point is clear. Hulk is really durable. It's going to be really hard to injure him. Of course, it's going to be real hard to injure this version of Venom too. Venom easily scales above pretty much every other hero or villain in the Insomniac universe, and can take attacks from all of them no problem. Like, from the looks of how his fight was going with the two Spider-Men, Venom could have kept on going for forever and not gone down. They weren't doing anything against him. And on top of that, this version of Venom is essentially immune to some of his weaknesses in the past. Like, he's able to walk through fire, no problem. Something that would have destroyed the symbiote in the comics. He's also a lot more durable to high frequencies and sonic attacks, although they can still hurt him. But the only guaranteed way to put him down is by using anti-venom, a weakness that the game had to basically create as a MacGuffin to beat him, because this Venom was just so tough. Still, durability goes to the Hulk, because it's the Hulk. But there are a lot of other powers that Venom has here that Hulk doesn't. Like, for starters, it's got some incredible regenerative abilities and can quickly heal from almost any injury that it takes. Venom can shapeshift, creating all sorts of different weapons or tentacles or tendrils throughout a fight, even creating wings in order to fly around. It can quickly produce new symbiotes in order to help it in a fight or convert others to its side. Venom even spread across most of New York City, nearly took over the city just a few days of this power to spread out and infect everything and everyone around him. And finally, one of the things that's unique about Venom, what makes him so incredibly dangerous to someone like the Hulk, is that it can latch onto a new host whenever it wants to and take over. And what it's most looking for is negative emotions, so like anger and rage, which is kind of the Hulk's MO. So who's ultimately coming out on top here? Who's gonna win it all? Well, even with how physically powerful we've said Venom is, Hulk still outclasses him. And in a long, drawn-out fight, Hulk is going to be able to hold that advantage, especially if he starts using powerful thunderclaps and notices that seriously affects Venom, which it will. Hulk's thunderclaps are very powerful. But there's also always the possibility that Venom notices Hulk's rage and observes his power and tries to take over him, knowing that Hulk would be the perfect new host. And from what we've seen, Hulk really has no known way to fight against this. He's not immune to mind control, he's not impervious to someone completely taking over him. In fact, the exact opposite. Scarlet Witch got into his mind and just caused him to wreak havoc. It's possible Venom could just straight up take over him and that be that. However, I still favor the Hulk and say that with his amazing power, he could put Venom down before that happens. Hulk can do some serious damage to Venom with his thunderclaps, and as soon as that's discovered, it's game over. And until then, Hulk will also be able to overpower Venom and keep him at bay with his strength so that Venom never really gets the chance to completely take over. Hulk wins. I'm not even convinced it's that close. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.